Well, guys, it's Jamie here from Blood, Sweat and Metal. I have got one of the most sounding bands out there. They're coming to Australia again. They were here back in 2013. I'm talking to Alestorm bassist Gareth Murdock. Good morning from Australia, Gareth.
Yeah, good evening from Northern Ireland.
And, man, you guys got to be so thrilled coming back to Australia after 2 years. The last time you were here in 2013. Now you're coming back in 2015. You guys got to be thrilled about that.
Yeah, we're super stoked, actually. It's coming up to 3 years since the last time we were there, which, to be honest, is far too long. Yeah. So it's just brilliant that we're able to come back in a few weeks' time.
Just a question while we get into the topic of this tour. How important it is for Alestorm the continuing touring as much as they are now? I mean, you guys toured the world over. You've done festivals. You toured with Dragon Force as a main support band. You've been on 7,000 tons of metal. But how important is it for you guys to keep touring the way you are?
I think it's brilliant, to be honest. You know, like, so I would say some people would say that we kind of tour too much, but I don't think that's true at all. I think, you know, we just really, I think we've been doing it now for 8 years, you know, just completely getting ourselves out there. And, and we've been lucky enough to kind of see most of the world now. It's pretty awesome.
And this one is the Pirate Fest of Australia and New Zealand as well. I just want to ask, as a gimmick, has anyone walked the plank yet?
Has anyone walked the plank?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we did lose a guitarist earlier on this year, if that counts.
Yeah. But how was that for you guys, having that change in the band? I mean, you guys been through a lot of members over the years, but how's it changed now? I mean, the album came out last year. You went out, done a tour, and now the guitarist has left and the new guitarist is in. How has that change for Alestorm impacted the way you are now?
It's actually been a positive change this time. I mean, like you say, we have had a lot of member changes over the years. I think you know, some people realize it's not right for them, you know, the whole thing. But I think for the first time in 8 years, we've actually had like a solid lineup. Everyone's on the same page. Everyone's happy. We all get along super well. So, you know, it's almost like a new beginning for us.
With bands starting out nowadays, they think to get into the music business, they're going to get rich. They're going to get famous. Sometimes they get famous, but they don't get rich. How was it for you, personally, being in Alestorm? Did you have to separate the two? Because I know right now you can't get rich. You can't make money, big money like you used to back 30 years ago. But you can be famous with the support via social media, fan base, so forth. But how important to separate those two going into the music business now?
Well, I think it is. It's possible to do both. You know, it depends how you do things. This day and age, you're right. It's all kind of an internet thing. You know, which you think like, oh, you know, YouTube and Facebook. You know, there's no money in that and stuff. And what people don't realize is that, you know, the more that you play and the more audiences you open yourselves up to, yes, you've got to go through a lot of crap to do it. Yeah. You know, you've got to play in shitty clubs in South America and stuff like that before you even see a penny. But like, it's quite easy over a long time to, you know, the more you play and the more kind of demand there is for you, and you can kind of, I don't know how to describe it, but like, you know, merch and things like that, it's just there's so many opportunities to kind of to do both. But obviously, it isn't easy. You need that extra kind of thing. It is hard work. It really is.
It is. It is. I want to go to you. You're from Ireland, and the band is originated from Scotland. I know there's a bit of a culture.
That's right,
yeah. I know there's a bit of a cultural differences. I mean, my heritage is Scottish as well, and I'm a Rangers supporter. Don't hold that against me. But
no, that's fine.
Yeah. How is that for you? Do they welcome? I mean, obviously they welcome you with open arms, but to be from a different country going into a band, do you have to learn the ropes sometimes too?
It's actually surprisingly not different at all.
Yeah.
There's two Irish in the band, and yeah, it's Northern Irish people and Scottish people are basically the same, you know,
yeah.
got the same outlook on life. It's really not that far away. You know, you need a boat to get there, but it's only 30 miles to Scotland from here, so
you can swim that.
Yeah, exactly. You can swim that if you're strong enough.
Yeah.
But, yeah, there really hasn't been any kind of cultural differences or anything like that. If anything, our new guitar player, who we recently recruited just this summer, he's actually from Hungary. So the cultural differences are starting to kick in now, but that hasn't been a problem before.
Yeah. I want to go back to the album last year. It was a great standing album, and it was released. Are you thrilled with the response you've been getting so far from that album?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm still shocked that it's over a year ago now. This has been the quickest year in the history of years. But the response has been good, and the fact is we're still touring the album. You know, obviously we're going to Australia in a couple of weeks, and you guys haven't even heard the new songs live yet. You know, so there's still we're still kind of on the new album tour essentially, and the songs off the new album, there's been a couple that we've made into videos and stuff, and they've become real fan favorites. And it really has been a completely positive reaction to the whole thing. It's been amazing, actually. We've been really pleased with it.
Mm. And I know we haven't heard the new songs live yet, but how has those new songs been getting over with the audience that have heard it so far?
It seems to be going well. So we've added a bunch of them to the set list for the Australia tour. We're kind of rehearsing and stuff at the minute for that, because it's pretty much it's the next thing we have. So we're really looking forward to kind of going out there and playing this stuff for the Australian audience, because it's been going down well here, and I can't imagine it not going down well there. Yeah.
Well, I know you guys like to have a good time. You like to drink a lot of liquor. You got that pirate theme. I know for a fact around Australia that's after parties. Would you guys be attending to any of these parties?
We usually do. We usually say we're not going to, because touring Australia is such it is such a difficult thing. You're flying every day. You're in hotels every night after the show. You don't get much of a chance for a break. So we always say, no, lads, tonight we're going to be sensible, we're going to relax and stuff. But we're suckers for a party, As soon as we're at the shows next month, someone's going to say, "Oh, we've got an after party," and we'll be there without a doubt.
I'm telling you straight out, there after parties right throughout this tour here in Australia. I've seen advertisements, and it's unbelievable. I mean, my local bar that I go to here in Adelaide has planned it all over the place, and it's going to be full on. I'll tell you right now, at the place where I normally go, that's a 3-litre beer tower out in the beer garden for $27. You guys can knock them off as many as you want.
Wow. That sounds good to me. I imagine we'll be there.
Yeah.
Like,
And
just find me and tell me where to go. We'll be there.
well, I should be at the gig and I'll drag you over. Just around the corner from the venue where you're playing at. But I know that we've got to wrap it up.
Oh, perfect. Which venue is it again? Is it the same one we did last time in Adelaide? Or?
You're playing at the Fowlers, I believe, aren't you? Or no, you're playing at the Gov. Let me have a look. I'm going to bring up the dates right now. I'm going to bring up the dates. Here we go. All right, here he is. The tour starts over in Wellington on the 20th of November, and it's going right through to Perth, Melbourne, Adelaide, Sydney, Brisbane. You're playing at Fowler's Live, which is just walking distance from the Enigma Bar where the party is at. All tickets are remaining.
Perfect.
All tickets are remaining, and please get your tickets at all your participating outlets. And thanks to Soundwork Touring for this opportunity for having this interview and also for this awesome tour. The Enigma Bar is an after party. Please get to it. There'll be plenty of pirate dress-ups there. There'll be plenty of beer and lager flowing galore. Like I said, 3-litre beer towels out in the beer garden for $27. I do not condone drunkism, but if you like to have a drink, please do go and get some and have some lager. And Gareth will
be there too.
Yep, and Gareth and the boys shall be there too. All right, Gareth, this is one last thing I'd like to say to the fans down under because we've got to wrap it up. I know there's other interviews to go through as well.
Yeah, well, we're just, thanks very much, obviously, and we're really stoked to be there in a few weeks. I wish it was right now, to be honest, but yeah, just a couple of weeks ago, and we're super stoked.
Yep, and please, for those people over in New Zealand, get to this gig as well. There's one in Wellington and one in Auckland. Fallen Order and Dawn Forge are over there. Here in Australia, Trollhagen and Lagerstein is playing. Unfortunately, Lagerstein is not playing here in Adelaide on this gig. You only got to get Trollhagen and Alestorm. So there you have it. All right, thanks, Gareth, and that's all the time we got for it. And it's an absolute pleasure talking to you.
Absolutely, my pleasure. Thank you very much.
All right.
We'll see you really soon, I guess.
We will. We will do. All right, guys. Catch you later.
All right. See you now. Thanks. Bye.
Bye. Bye.